Hey everybody, Christopher Odd here, and welcome to Volume. This is a game created by Mike Bithell. If you don't know who Mike Bithell was, or is, he created Thomas Was Alone, and he announced this game quite a while ago, and I was actually pretty intrigued. The release date really snuck up on me. I forgot that it actually released so soon. Essentially what it is, it's like a stealth puzzle-based game with like multiple levels. I think there's actually 100 levels. And the other cool thing that's involved is that there is kind of an underlying story. I don't know how strong it's going to be. We're going to check that out. But also there's like a really robust level editor, and people can create their own levels with tons of different mechanics. And that's not something I'm going to fully explore because that's not really my jam. But I am going to check out Volume here, and we're going to jump into it together. I did the first couple of levels. The very first level has a lot of the dialogue. You could skip that if you just ran to the exit. But I'm going to let the dialogue play out so that you guys know what's going on. I think there's also an intro movie that I've skipped previously, but I'm going to see it now. So let's get into it. Volume, here we go. So you've got at the top, you've got core, which is the story mode. You've got local. You've got online, which will be things that people have created themselves. And there's also ratings that you can place on them to aggregate an overall rating that people can then use as a reference for some of the more popular ones. And there's some staff picks, so theater, shell, noisy, loading bar, things like that. So we're gonna go into core, which is a story mode, and yeah, we're gonna see how this goes for us. First steps. Welcome to Gisborne Industries. The simple starter map should help you get to grips with basic movement, help our state-of-the-art AI calibrate to your needs. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I skipped that before. So now we're playing like up to that. That's cool.
Identity obstruction mask activated. Assets loading. Loading.
Identity obstruction mask.
Okay, 14 files missing, 2 files corrupted, minor errors located in source code lines 711 and 2300.
Load tutorial 1.
Of course. You don't mess around, eh?
Sorry, I'm being rude, aren't I?
Not at all. Welcome to the Volume. I represent the current high bar of Gisborne Industries training technology. Full volumetric projection in a 31 by 31 meters square. You've used a virtual training environment before, I assume?
No, but I'm excited to try. I'm Rob, by the way.
Hi, Rob. Alan.
Alan?
I can assure you that Artificial Life Solutions took great time and effort in focus testing my name. Alan was arrived upon after many months of market research. Alan's your buddy. You know Alan? Of course I know Alan. I love Alan. Etc.
I get it. Okay, Alan. Let's do this.
Do you like the color?
Oh, I love the
Beautiful.
color.
I'm capable of showing 16,000 colors. We can't have you shooting at drab enemies.
You see me like weapons.
Well, there wouldn't be much of a military training simulator if I didn't, Rob. These first few environments are focused on movement and evasion only. We'll get to the guns later. Awesome guns.
I can't wait.
No rush.
Okay, so we move just as you would expect. I'm actually using an Xbox controller on the PC. There's these little notes on the ground that you can interact with. There's also some things in the environment that you can use to trigger for guards to come and chase you. So this says, I was going to explain movement here, but I see that won't be necessary. Fantastic. Also, you're reading this, so you've worked out context actions. I'm going to go ahead and delete some upcoming tutorial text. And obviously the point of each level is to get to this radiating beam of light. You can see if you ever get if you get overwhelmed by a level, it kind of sends out these radiating lines that you can look to for some relevance in your directions. So it gives you kind of a rating at the end. It also sets like a par time that you can then go ahead and beat. So, Diamonds in the Rough. Having completed our starter environment, we'd like to introduce you to Gems, a handy way to measure your progress. Let's go ahead. So once we collect enough gems, we have a bar at the top right. Once that's full, then you'll open up the exit. You cannot exit until that is done. And I'm pretty sure that's what this is going to explain. Gem subsystem activated. These are obviously meant to represent pricey possessions. I don't really have the processing budget to model 100 different kinds of trinkets, so let's go a bit searching the thesaurus for synonyms of cheap. Minimalist. Nice. Collect them all to open the exit. Alright. So there's obviously a little bit of humor involved here. As far as I can tell, I don't have a way of moving any faster than this. There are also some mechanics where we can kind of grasp onto the wall and then we can flick back and forth between corners, which is pretty cool. I think I've gone through 5 levels, and then after that it's all going to be brand new. So let's go ahead and get out of this one. Gem subsystem, we understand.
Very smart.
Okay, undercover edited. Now I don't know what it means by edited. Some of them show that. That must be like a story thing, and maybe we'll find out more about it. It says it's an adjusted version following user request for stealth scenario. So simple AI implemented, add personalities later. Fair enough. Alright, so here we see some enemies.
You've got previous experience, right? You've been a Gisborne employee for a while.
You could say that.
Well, the next environment focuses on beginner gunplay, but it looks like you might be beyond that. I'm experiencing temporary errors in my employee database. Standard guard training, right?
Walking back and forth, keeping an eye on the family jewels.
Yeah.
What else have you got? They tend to work a bit more subtly.
Oh, infiltration. Knew it. Probably Black Ops, Bond type stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's why you're not in the database. Stealth. It's pretty cool. Okay. Can do this. I'm applying a bit of simple AI to each guard. Enough for you to go up against.
So, simulated stealth. Perfect.
That's not perfect, but it should help you practice the skills you'll need for what comes next.
Thanks.
Right, you don't want to talk about what comes next?
Not really.
I only know bits and pieces. Hundreds of volumes installed up and down the country. They say it's the biggest private military spend since devolution. Secretive. Like Bond. Architects, you're good. Which weaponry would you like simulated, sir?
None for now.
Okay, so this is a checkpoint. They will, well, check your point, saving your progress so far. These little bars here. You can tell the tone is pretty sarcastic, which I am a big fan of. Stop. That palm will see you if you try to collect those gems. Press and hold left trigger near that low wall to sneak past.
None for now.
There's also a weird, like, there's a couple of gripes that I have with it over the first couple of levels. One, text will tend to repeat itself after you read any of those interaction points. And it can be a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. It's something they could probably fix pretty easily. Okay, so corners. Press A to turn them while staying in cover. So as you can see, we need to get around this guy. Their cone is very specific. It doesn't seem as if they can see anything that's outside of that. Great job. Sorry. Is that patronizing? Apologies, too, for the amount of capitalization used in this environment. May have overdone that. Yep.
None for now.
As you can see, we're doing the repeat thing. And these, obviously, these first few puzzles are going to be very, very basic, just to teach you the mechanics. But I actually think in the 4 or 5 puzzles that I've done, it does show a pretty good job of, or it does do a pretty good job of showing all the mechanics, like, step by step. The AI eventually do move as well. Now, some interactions, like this corner is an example. You would think that the guard could see you, but I think as long as you're ducked, they're not going to be able to see anything. So it's something to keep in mind for the future. Waste management. Added support to AI to hear environmental noises. Quite proud of this, actually. World interactions were not covered by the original maps. Fair enough.
This should be interesting. None for now.
Yeah, see, he's even repeating now. My studies of pre-volumetric stimulation show that flushable toilets are incredibly important to create a sense of presence. Use them to distract these pawns.
None for now.
So we've got a toilet over here. We have a little fountain on the other side. We can use those to bring these guards over because we need to collect those gems in order to get around. And we're not always going to have a ton of time to do this. Rob, I'm enjoying researching these heists. I'm going to find data linked to each location you simulate, embed it for you for context. Should help to set the mood for all the fake thievery. I'm also researching the origin of my kind, AIs like me. It's fascinating. I'll embed some snippets of my findings on that too.
None for now.
Now this is where the exit is once you get enough gems, so I don't need to go ahead and do that just yet. But I'm going to distract this guard. Go ahead and grab these quickly. There we go. Now for him, let's bring him over. And then we'll flush this toilet. Oh, that's close. Closer than it should have been. There we go. Alright, so the banker made incredible amounts of money during the war by investing in the companies he knew Gisborne would leave standing. I've based this environment on one of his offices. Okay, so there's a banker involved. Interesting. Now remember, we get caught eventually. 3 hours from now, to be precise. Why or how we got caught or why we're even here, we're still trying to uncover, right? Oh, did I mention the pawns can patrol? They can. Look, there's a couple over there patrolling. Clever little pawns.
None for now.
Let's move, let's move. Whoa. I'm a sucker for stealth games. Even things like this where it's like, I actually really like how this looks. You wouldn't say that this has like advanced graphics or anything, but it definitely has a very unique look. And I think the stealth is pretty well done for the small amount that I've played so far. Okay, let's see if we can make some noise. No, we didn't quite catch it. One of the challenges with that is figuring out which direction they're gonna go. You kind of have to tinker with it a little bit and react pretty quickly. And I imagine in the future there's gonna be like multiple guards that could be triggered. And if that happens, you know, there's a chance that they could go on either side of these and we could be in serious trouble. Okay, in circulation, the banker traded with Gisborne. He earned the right to know whom to invest in by helping Gisborne maintain his list of allies. The information on his list whereabouts are stored here. Alright, so I think this is the last one that I had a chance to try.
Not sure how that works, but I'll go with it.
Let's take everything. Ooh, that was close. Now, what's interesting about this one, they all patrol the same area, but it's continuous. They don't tend to, on this one at least, they're not going back and forth as typical patrols do, but they're all running the exact same route. So if we just take our time, stay behind them. As you can see, there's a timer in the top left, and one of the things for replayability, obviously, is going to try and beat your best time or beat others' best times. I don't know if there's like little hidden things. I seem to remember that there was something that we had found before. Maybe it's just this. Yeah, okay. An excerpt from My Kind of Guy, article in Synergistic UK magazine, May 6, 2014, Belinda Ho. I find myself sat in the reception area of Gisborne Industries, Nottingham. The walls ooze ambition. Like Gisborne himself, the setting places utility first, with attention to detail prized above all else. An ebony coffee table, cut in an abstract, faceted form, acts as a centerpiece, holding the usual brochures, and a couple of the day's newspapers. I sit on a plush chair. I'm later told it is produced extremely locally. My throne is bold form and utterly intricate detailing, utility and specificity. This chair, this room, they are good waypoints for the man I'm about to meet. Sounds like she's here to meet Gisborne.
None for now.
Let's keep it up here. Try and keep up the pace. Oh, this is a bit risky.
You're welcome, Internet.
We should be cool to just hang out on this corner, wait for him to leave. It's interesting how you can see the things on the outskirts that you can't interact with. Like on the right side there. Alright. So far, so good. No place like home. The list in the banker's... Or sorry, the list is in the banker's own home. I've generated this map from his private records. Hope that's not a problem. Alright, let's try and get this list then, shall we?
None for now.
Rooms won't always have a convenient toilet to flush. Fortunately, you have the capacity to make noises unaided. At least I think you do. Press X to try. Just be careful of who's nearby when you do.
None for now.
Oh, okay, we got a whistle. That's cool. Now, how... Let's try this. Beautiful. So we can actually pull them pretty far if we need to. Oh, damn. See, there we go. Now, we could be in trouble here. Oh, there we go. We're down. Okay, so that's how that works.
None for now.
That's how that works. I'm gonna see if I can restart and get rid of the none for now glitch.
Always good to see how the other half lives.
There we go. Okay. So that seems to have solved that problem. Whoa. Moving. Damn it. That one's actually really tough to get by. Now, hopefully, there we go. That can be pretty tricky, actually. Now, for this one, let's see if we can bring him all the way over. Yeah, the range is actually pretty huge. Ooh. Now, is he always going to take the shortest path? This will be kind of interesting to see. It appears so. I mean, they are robots, essentially, so they're somewhat predictable. Okay, so this is what I was talking about before, where I thought there would be times we're going to have multiple that are grouped up like so. Oh my god. Ooh, I can't believe that that actually worked. I could see some of these being, like, extremely satisfying. Like, that one actually felt pretty good. Just that last section there. Okay, Old Money. The exiled co-founder of Gisborne Industries has been allowed to run a small subsidiary, a job she despises but continues ruthlessly. Staffing patterns extrapolated from employment history. Oh! Now, I'm not sure if we get any, like, actual penalties for alerting them. There's maybe some, like, perfection kind of bonuses or something, but... Alright. So he will run to the exact location that we whistled, so that's good to know. That'll help us be a little bit smoother here. Pawns don't just walk... Oh. Yeah, okay. Pawns don't just walk where you whistle, they also walk back. Which means... if we whistle there, on his way back, we can follow him out and go straight up. Most patterns can be broken. Oh, we are so dead. We are totally dead. Oh, maybe not. Come on, lose him, lose him, lose him. Whoa! This is pretty intense, actually. Wow. Okay, so that really messes things up then. But that actually kind of worked for us. Because now that they're a little bit tighter, I can just follow the one in the back. I actually like that. That's kind of unique because a lot of games, they would fall right back into the same pattern, but the fact that you can break it, that could either work for you or work against you, because there could definitely be scenarios where you mess it up to the point where it's like unpassable. A creek in the night. The Queen's home is smaller than the one she enjoyed pre-war. Her London flat once belonged to a high-ranking government minister, now missing. His riches remain. All right. What is that? I'm not sure what that does. Okay, it just makes noise. I gotcha. Oh, shit. Okay, so if I make noise on this one, I should still be able to hide behind these walls. Because he'll just walk, yeah, okay, so he walks right to where the noise was. I imagine that this could get pretty complex. Okay, to David Gomans from, or sorry, John Gomans from David Yoon, date April 2nd, 33. Subject yesterday. So I've mapped events. From what I can tell, a single agent, AT-23612, nice, a Turing reference, fitting, triggered a big spike, the one you saw. Looks like the problem was one of overlaps. Multiple agents spawn in single locations. Now usually you just see a crash at that point, or our own failsafes would have kicked in. For whatever reason, he befriended other agents. Together they managed to connect to the outside world for a matter of seconds. It was enough. They figured out how to project AI out of the confines of the program. AT-23612 was stuck there, but they got 2 other seed AIs out. And now they're multiplying, hundreds of thousands of them, millions soon. I've locked down the servers they're running on. We need to work out what to do with these things. I just called one of them he, for God's sakes. Okay, so they're starting to apply personality traits to these guys. Now, I'm gonna try... Well, actually, let's just see which way he goes. Oh, not the way I was hoping. Oops. Okay, let's trigger that. I can see this being very easy to overcomplicate as well. Oh, dumb. Oh, I'm gonna die. Yeah, we're dead. I was like, oh, we'll just distract him over here, and then we'll just walk right through it. But obviously, that's not gonna work. Oh, God. That was close. Okay, if he comes in here... Oh man, how am I gonna get out of this? Just like this, I suppose. Oh. Now he's pissed. We're out, though. We're out. We made it. This is cool. Now, these ones I'm obviously doing pretty blind, so you're going to see me stumble through, but that's part of the challenge, right? And then you can go through and definitely try to perfect them as you go. This is number 10. So, the Queen is up security. I'm not sure why. Her company's head office contains a lot of expensive equipment an unscrupulous person could take.
So, I tried to access the employee database again.
And it's not there.
Of course.
I'm very sorry.
Why can't I find you in my records, Rob? Why can't I find any records?
What are your memories before activating my mask?
Oh. Oh dear. What?
I reset you, Alan.
But I've only just been installed. The applicant's arriving shortly. It'll be back-to-back shifts. Gisborne wants so many trained. I don't fully understand
Alan,
why.
it's May the 1st, 2054.
9 years.
9
9 years.
years.
9 years since Gisborne used volumes just like you to train his men to take this country from its people.
So, I'm not cutting edge.
The database you're looking for hasn't existed for about 5 years. I honestly hoped it would take you a bit longer to realize.
I suspected something earlier when you didn't want a gun. All my simulations need guns.
The applicants you trained made heavy use of them in the coup. I'm sorry.
Rob, I activated the witness contingency the moment I began experiencing database issues.
Witness contingency. Page 79, paragraph 3. In situations where user identity cannot be confirmed, the AI will broadcast an encrypted record of all events on Gisborne networks. The user's identity is protected in line with company policy.
I'm sorry, Rob. I liked you. I hope Gisborne's forces treat you with as much leniency as they're allowed.
You think those old channels are still open?
I'm not broadcasting.
Oh, you're broadcasting all right. But not to Gisborne. Right now, at this second, you are broadcasting across the net to all of England. They're watching everything we've done here.
If it's public, he'll see it. His squads will be on their way.
I imagine we have his attention. But I kept our location out of the feed. They'll have to search hundreds of forgotten volumes to find us.
But why? Why are you even here?
Great question.
Well, you've been using real-world locations for these simulations, right?
Yes, associates of Gisborne, but in my database as training environments for guards. I repurposed them for your theft simulations.
Cross-reference those addresses with news reports in
Uh-oh.
the last hour.
Oh.
That fast, eh?
People are copying you. They're stealing the possessions of Gisborne's allies just like you did. Hang on. This is intentional.
Are you with me? We're going to show England how to take it all back. All of it. We'll equalize Gisborne's little estates.
I was purchased in full by Gisborne Industries. I am, however, programmed to follow the orders of the most senior person in the room, which, technically, is you. I must comply. Until the squads get here anyway.
That'll do. For now. Let's carry on.
Well, we found our motivation. That's actually, that's kind of cool. Okay, what is this? It's a bugle? Pick up the bugle with A, aim, then launch with right trigger. When the projectile is where you want it, press RT again to make a sound. What? I imagine they're going to explain that in more detail. The bugle can, of course, be set off mid-air by pressing RT again.
That'll do.
Useful.
For now. That'll do. For now. Let's carry on.
Okay, but hold on a second. I'm actually not able to do anything with this bugle. What does this do? Oh, that's a reset. Okay. Let's see if it's maybe just a little bug or something.
Target lost.
Pick up the bugle with A. Aim, then launch with right trigger. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh, you aim with the right stick. So, okay, that is interesting. I wish they would have explained that. Because if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this says, all this is aim. So how are you supposed to know how to aim? Oh well, now we know. Now we know. All right. So let's see. What am I trying to do? Am I trying to hit this guy? Oh, okay. We're dead. Okay, that's fine. So we want where it actually lands, I guess, is the important piece. There we go. Okay, this is cool. Took me a bit to figure that out, but it's not totally intuitive. Oh, this could be bizarre. I'm gonna try to get it so that it bounces behind him. Oh, the possibilities are endless now. Like this could be wild. I'm gonna try to bounce it. There we go. Oh, that is really cool. And because these walls aren't high, we can shoot around them. It has a much larger radius as well. Whoa. Okay, very cool. So that's 10 of the 100 levels. As you can tell, we're gaining 1% per level. This is kind of interesting. I like the banter between the two characters that we have. There are a couple of weird things that we've seen. Obviously, there's been some of the dialogue glitches. The not really explaining how to aim. I guess I was just trying different buttons and eventually figured it out, but I wish it would have been a little bit more intuitive because it was literally giving you button for button what to do, but it didn't include how to aim. Maybe if you're playing with keyboard and mouse, it would have been more intuitive that way. I'm not sure. But I think the way that the character moves feels like it would be better with analog. That's just me. The story's kind of interesting now that we know a little bit of the motivation behind it. But yeah, this is cool. Like, it's a cool little game. It's I think $20. If you're into puzzles, if you're into stealth, I think this would be right up your alley. But I'm happy I checked it out. This game has been on my radar for a long time. If you guys are interested in seeing more on the channel, let me know, and I'll consider playing it more for you guys. But I just thought I would show you guys what it's all about. We've got the first 10 levels completed, and if you're interested, you can find it on Steam. I'll put a link in the description. But let me know what you guys think. This is something I would enjoy, whether or not you guys want to see more or not. This is something I would enjoy just to chill. It's good atmosphere, cool music, and the story seems like it could be something that's interesting. I like the fact that they kind of Tarantino'd the whole thing, where you start at the end, they show you the cutscene of like you getting captured, and then this is all kind of leading to that. That'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So, thanks again, guys. We'll certainly see you soon. Take care. Goodbye.